Hey there everybody. So in this video we're going to talk about the Isosceles Triangle Theorem and its converse. So please have out your colors, be ready to take some notes because they will be very helpful in this video. So let's talk about the parts of an isosceles triangle. Remember, an isosceles triangle is a triangle with at least two congruent sides. Alrighty, so the legs are the sides that are congruent. So in an isosceles triangle, the legs are the sides that are congruent. So when this mark right there, there we go. Those are my congruence ticks. That means I can make AC and AB the same length. They are telling me, I am being told, that segment AC is congruent to segment AB. So segment AC and segment AB are the legs of this isosceles triangle. The base of my isosceles triangle is the side that is not congruent to the other two. So you can see right here, I've got a congruence tick and a congruence tick, no congruence tick. So right there is CB, side CB, segment CB is the base. The base of an isosceles triangle is the side that is not congruent. Please don't call it the bottom. Base does not mean bottom because I could, if I wanted to, base does not mean bottom. If I wanted to, I could take this whole triangle and I could turn it upside down and CB is still the base. Even though it's on top now, it's the base, it doesn't mean bottom. Base does not mean bottom. Base means the side that is not congruent. Okay, so isosceles triangle have two sides. They also have angles that we are going to worry about. Two types of angles. Our first angle is the base angles. This is the first name I want to worry about. These are the two angles that touch the base. So remember, the base is the non-congruent side. So BC or CB is the base. So the two angles that touch the base are my base angles. Right here, I'm going to go this angle right here. And I'm going to do them in the same color because we're going to find out something cool here in a minute. Are my base angles. Angle C and angle B are the base angles. BC is the side I'm worried about because that's the base. The non-congruent side, the two angles that touch the base are the base angles. And then we have our vertex. Our vertex is the angle between the two legs. The legs are those two sides right there. Those are my legs because they're congruent. See the congruent ticks? Those are the legs. So AC and AB are the legs. Let's jot that down. Segment AC and segment AB are my legs. So the vertex is the angle that is between the legs. This angle right here. So angle A is the vertex. Angle A is the vertex of that triangle. Okay? Now, the isosceles triangle theorem. What makes these triangles so cool and fun? We are told if a triangle is isosceles, then its base angles are congruent. So looking at this, I want to do that in red. So if I look at this triangle, what I see here is AB and BC are marked congruent. That's how I know this is an isosceles triangle, because these legs are marked congruent. Okay? So we are given congruent legs. What that allows us to say, so given congruent legs, we are going to say the base angles are congruent. So if legs are congruent, base angles are congruent. Remember, the base angles are the two angles that touch the base. So AC is my base. Boom, boom. We're going to say this. We are going to put our congruent ticks right here for the angles and say angle A is congruent to angle C. If we have two congruent legs, we say the base angles are congruent. The converse of that says if two base angles are congruent, then the sides opposite those angles are congruent. We know which angles we're talking about too, because you can draw angles out from the sides like this. They point at the opposite angles. So two angles are marked congruent. I know these two sides have to be congruent as well. So we are given congruent base angles, the two angles that touch the base. We are given two congruent base angles. That makes this side the base. There's my base. The two congruent angles always touch the base. So the sides opposite those are going to be my legs. And they will also be, now we can say they're congruent. Oh, that didn't go so well. There we go. So we are going to say, the legs are congruent. They didn't say that. We said it. We said the legs are congruent. We said segment OE is congruent to segment OG, the two green segments. Boom. So we've got our base, our legs, our base angles, vertex. Okay. So for the bell work, I want you to flip back at your destination or your definitions. Identify the parts for these isosceles triangle. What's the base, legs, base angles, vertex, etc. Give them all the appropriate names. Don't forget to highlight. That'll make your job a lot easier. If you have any questions, make sure you ask, and your teacher will gladly help you.